Hi, Assalamualaikum. This is Teacher Adawiyah. Now let's continue our English lesson. And let's take a look at our English Learners Book, page 105. Okay? Alright, so yesterday we learned about dictionary, remember? Alright, dictionary meaning a book that has all the words and the definition inside the book. Alright, we learn how to find the definition of building, window, house, door, and roof from a dictionary. Okay, you can either use the traditional one, the book one, or the Google one. Okay, in case you don't have a dictionary in your house. Alright, so we've done this one, and let's take a look at this one. This is the the topic that you have learned before. Remember the an and the this. Okay, when you see an and this, all right, an and this meaning the opposite one, no one. Okay, remember to shake your head when you see an and this. Okay, for example, agree, yes, you nod your head, I agree. When you agree with someone, you think the same as they do. But when you don't agree, okay, the key word is don't. We don't agree anymore. So we instead of saying I don't agree, you can also say I disagree. Disagree. Okay, disagree, you nod your head. This, you shake your head. Disagree, you shake your head. Alright, dress. When you dress, you put your clothes on. That's what the definition of dress means. Okay, dress in terms of dressing. Okay, I'm dressing up, something like that. Not the dress that the girl's wearing, but the action of getting dressed. Okay, so when you say dress, you nod your head, dress. When you say undress, you shake your head. Undress, dress, undress, dress. Okay, so you have to read a lot to know which is which. Okay, meaning is it an or this? To know it is the opposite one. Is it distress or undress? Is it unagree or disagree? Okay, this one, it doesn't teach you a lot in any book. It's just that you need to listen a lot. Okay, you have to read a lot so you know the word. Okay. Alright, next one, obey. Obey mean you do what they tell you to do. You're listening to somebody and you do what they say, as they say. Okay, alright. For this one, disobey. Obey, nod your head. Disobey, you shake your head. Okay, that is disobey. And tie, when you tie something, you do it up and make a knot. Okay, you are tying your shoes, you're tying the plastic bag, you're tying a lot of things you can tie at home, right? Tie is to nod your head, untie is to shake your head. Okay, alright, so agree, disagree. Alright, maybe you want to write it down in your book. Right here, disagree, undress, disobey, untie. Okay, if you notice, this is for a word that start with vowels. Okay, A, E, I, O, U. Okay, when it start with either A or E or I or U, okay, use this. When it start with consonant, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, Y, Z, okay, D and T, it starts with an. Alright, okay, Maybe that will give you a clue how to combine an or this to any word. Alright, so the an and this, we call it prefix. Prefix is letters that you combine with another word to make the meaning the opposite, okay, or any other meaning. Okay, change the meaning of it. Happy, unhappy. Happy, you nod your head. Unhappy, you shake your head. Appear, you nod your head. Disappear, you shake your head. Okay, see the opposite. Alright, now let's go to the next one. This is a game. If you want to play, you can play with any of your siblings or parents. Alright, you take a paper and you draw things inside the paper. Alright, you draw things inside the paper and then you close it. Alright, and then you play guessing game with the partner. You give the definition of the things inside your paper and the partner will guess what are the things. For example, in your paper, okay, for example, I will draw, okay, for you to understand if you want to play the game lah. Alright, okay. Alright, so this is your paper, 2 pages, right? So you want to fold it up after you're done, so your partner cannot see the paper. Alright, so for example, you want to draw a pencil. Okay, for example, a pencil. Let me draw a pencil here. Okay, a pencil. Alright, you can draw as much as you can, as much definition you can create. Remember, definition doesn't come from dictionary only. It can be created by you guys. Whatever you understand from looking at the picture, it's a definition. Okay? Alright, so there's my pencil. Let me color it a bit so it will look, oh, sorry. It will look nice. Okay. Allah, it's okay lah. Alright. So a pencil. So you want to close the paper, okay, and then you ask your partner. You give the definition of a pencil. For example, your definition of a pencil is we write with this thing and it is erasable. Can be erased or erasable, same thing. Okay, so you give the definition to the partner and they will guess what the thing is. What is the thing that you're trying to make him guess? Okay, for example, okay, you can do 10 or 20, up to you. Okay, the more you do, the more skill you can get. Alright, the more skill of creating definition you can get. Alright, okay, that's it. Let's move on to page 108. So I already opened page 108. We're gonna finish the syllabus today. Right, I'm just gonna go through the pages briefly. Alright, so 108, if you're done, you can read by yourself and pause my video. If you're not done, you can pause my video and turn to that page. If you want to listen to what I read, then you can just play the video, okay? Alright, 7A, read about how to build tall buildings. Alright, some of you are living in a very tall building. We learned that tall buildings are made from steel and concrete. Okay, they are not made from any natural materials. All are man-made materials. Remember? Okay. Alright, so that the tall building doesn't blow off when the wind is blowing hard. Okay, you have to make the base very, very, very firm and strong. Okay, if you use natural materials, it will not stand a very strong wind. Alright, so now let's read. How do you build a tall building? The early days, meaning long time ago. About 100 years ago, people discovered how to make long solid beams of iron, and this allowed them to start building tall buildings called skyscrapers. Later, people learned how to make beams of steel, which is lighter, so builders could build even taller building. Okay, can you imagine? Human learn how to create tall buildings, and then as time passes by, they learn how to make taller buildings. Imagine. Okay, all right, making the frame. First, builders dig lots of holes deep into the ground to support the weight of the building, like this. Okay, they dig deep holes in the ground. Okay, I want to show you something later, because this kind of construction is happening right in front of my apartment. Okay, it's very a noisy environment because they are knocking, they are making the I think it's apartment, I think the one they're making. So what I saw was they dig a hole first like this, and then they put in the steel inside so it doesn't topple, it doesn't fall off. Okay, all right. So they put very long poles of steel rods into the holes and fill the holes with cement to keep the rods uptight. Then they put joining rods across the upright so they can make floors. Okay, like this. Put long iron or steel poles into the holes. Put more iron or steel pole across to make the floors. Now, from this to upright poles, and then to a rectangular shape. Okay, we learned this in math. We call it a cuboid. Okay, a cuboid or a cube. Alright, so making rooms. Finally, the builders used glass and concrete to fill in the gaps between the steel poles to make rooms with walls, floors, and ceilings. Okay, that's how a tall building is made. Alright. Okay, now let's move to the next page, 109. What is the main idea of the text? How do you build a tall building? What is the main idea in each paragraph? What does the diagram shows? Choose 3 words you don't know from the text. Look them up in a dictionary. Okay, this one you can do by yourself. 3 words you don't know from this text. Okay, up to you which word. Alright, main idea. Okay, main idea means what is the top idea, the idea that you get from reading all of this text. The main idea is how to build a tall building. That's it. Okay, the steps in making tall building. That's how you get the main idea. You read the whole thing first and you make conclusion. What is it about? Okay, so the conclusion is how to make tall building. Alright, the steps on how to make a tall building. That's how you conclude a reading text. Okay, number C we can skip. Okay, check the text. Read the questions about how to build tall buildings with a partner and say the answers before you write them. Alright, this one I will provide the answer. Alright, there's the answer. Pause the video and you can copy down the answer. Okay, I'll try to make it bigger so you can see better. So that is the answer for this question. Okay, and that's it. Okay, 4 answers to 4 questions. Alright. You can pause the video and write down the answer. Alright, okay, so we're done with that. Okay. Okay, I'm not doing everything in the page. I will just cite lessons where you can just read by yourself and do it by yourself. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask me in Class Dojo or Skype. Okay, I'm ready to listen to your questions. Okay, so the same thing, joining words. So this is important. And, but, so, or. Okay, all right. Okay, so basically it's just asking you to find the word but, so, on, or in this text. You can just underline them. Okay, all right. Okay, this one also you do by yourself of putting and, but, or, so. Okay, dance are fun to build. Oh, this is another one, is it? No. Okay. Alright, so this is basically from this one. Alright, let's take a look at this one first. This will be our last text to read. Alright. Okay, so let's turn page to page 111. 111. Okay, 111. Building a den. A den is basically a DIY tent where you can make by yourself. In my old days when I was small, I also built a den using a cushion. Okay, a cushion that you can take off from the sofa and you put a blanket over it so you can go underneath it as if it's a tent. Okay, but it's called as a den, a DIY tent. Okay, alright, so if you can go outside, you can almost do it outside with natural things or things that you have inside the house. But now you can almost stay inside the house only. You can find anything from the house to make the den. Okay, building a den. Dens are shelters that children can hide or play in. It's super fun. They can be built almost anywhere. Okay, they can be any size or shape. Building an inside den. Inside den can be built by putting blankets over tables or chairs, right? Okay, you can use 4 chairs to make the pole. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you just wrap it up with a big blanket or a comforter. Okay, building an outside den. All right, this one is when you can go outside. If you cannot go, then don't do it. All right, so some ideas is to take branches and make it stand together like that and put the blanket over it. Okay, write notes about how you will build an outside den. Look at the pictures. How would you use them, or what else could you use? What else could you use to make a den? This one I leave it up to your imagination how to do this. Okay, all right. Plan a talk to explain how you build an outside den. Read your plan to a friend. Okay. Alright, this one is building a den idea. This is more about talking in front of your friends. When you give a talk, you need to make it interesting for your listener. It will be much more fun if you do it in class. Right? Okay, so I think you can all just read it down by yourself. Okay, this whole topic about what is my house made of is basically making you understand how to read a text and understand the main idea from the text. Okay, and also you learn how to make a house and a lot of house types. Okay. Okay, so this is asking you to create your own idea and explain it to a friend. Alright, I think we're gonna skip this one. You can read by yourself. Okay. Okay. And don't forget to write down the answer for this one. Okay, just fill in with and, but, or so. Okay. Okay, if you cannot find the answer, you can always try to look around the pages. Maybe they have the answers here. Okay. Alright, I don't think we are obligatory to discuss this. Okay, we will end our English syllabus right here. Okay, so what you can do is just to fill in whatever missing answer or blanks. Okay, and just send to me so I can check for you. Same with the English activity book as well. Okay, the answer should be inside the English learners book. That's it. Alright, so I'll see you next week for the revision. Thank you everybody. Bye.